It's been 200 years since the gospel reached the Chinese people. God has been leading Chinese Christians to set up churches all over the world to proclaim the gospel. The Kowi movement and its round-the-globe district committees have thus come about to rally Chinese churches worldwide to take on the Great Commission. As we look ahead, Vision 2020, Discipleship-Driven Cross-Cultural Mission is the way to go. Jesus said, "Go and make disciples of all nations, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you." Our incarnated Lord descending from on high, training disciples by practicing what he preached, exemplifying the discipleship-driven cross-cultural mission with his own life. Empty oneself, cross borders, walk the talk, make disciples. All of these constitute a missional paradigm modeled after Jesus. In the early 20th century, God had already raised up cross-cultural Chinese missionaries, shifting the Chinese from the receiving end of the gospel to the giving end. The earliest batch of pioneering missionaries sent to Southeast Asia and beyond included Reverend Leyland Wang, Reverend Sing Huen Cho, Reverend Yasen S. Lim, Reverend Tu Hang Chan, and others. There are also contemporary cross-cultural Chinese missionaries setting foot on new mission fields ranging from Thailand, Mongolia, and Kyrgyzstan in Asia, Britain, Norway, and Poland in Europe, and even as far as Zambia, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Ghana in Africa. Nevertheless, among all the mission endeavors of the Chinese churches, most resources have been put into ministries of the same culture instead of other ethnic groups. Moreover, there was no collaboration among Chinese churches on world mission. Only until 1976 did God raise up the Kowi movement by giving Chinese church leaders the vision of Chinese churches in one accord proclaiming the gospel until Christ's return, aiming to rally Chinese churches to join hands in bringing the gospel to the whole world.
There is a common missing link when Chinese church do mission work, that's disciple-making. Disciple-making is not only the foundation of mission, but also the channel that moves and actualizes mission. Jesus Christ stepped down from the heavenly realm to the earth, showing disciple-making not only with words, but with his life example. No matter whether we are talking about making disciples or doing cross-cultural mission, we would need in our lives self-denial, sacrifice, humility, obedience, and absolute surrender.
In view of over 7,000 yet-to-be-reached people groups, the Kowi has launched Vision 2020, encouraging Chinese churches to strengthen disciple training as a vehicle to promote world mission. It is our hope that by the year 2020, 2,020 people groups would be reached with the gospel. World mission must start with disciple training in local churches. Only by following Christ closely can we be more like him. Without having a heart like his, we wouldn't be able to overcome hurdles and to bring the gospel to those yet to be reached people groups. In the new cultural setting, making disciples by life example must be continued so that more workers will be raised up to carry on the cross-cultural mission and disciple making. Thus, mission work will keep on thriving, and people of all nations would be able to become Jesus' disciples.
This is at the heart of Jesus' strategy, the methodology of the Master. We find this in Mark chapter 3, verse 14. And he appointed 12, so that they would be with him and that he could send them out to preach. The very heart and strategy of Jesus' mission is disciple-making, intentional disciple-making. To Jesus, disciple-making is the core mission of his church. God is calling us back to something strategic, something fundamental, something that will make a difference in our world.
Vision 2020 emphasizes the strong tie between making disciples and doing cross-cultural mission work. As we call for worldwide Chinese churches to join hands with us, COWI Global District Committees are all ready to work on Vision 2020 regional consultation. Other than COWI district directors, chairmen, and co-workers, we will for sure need other entities to come join us in this initiative.
COWI movement is assisting not for the sake of sustaining an evangelistic movement. Rather, we have been persevering to be faithful in what God has entrusted to us, and that is mobilizing worldwide Chinese churches to participate in global mission. Obviously, that cannot be done by COWI alone. COWI movement needs churches, seminaries, mission organizations, and you who are watching this video. Your active participation is vital.
Growing up around the globe in different cultures, different religions, and different languages, Chinese Christians are for sure a fresh mission force prepared by God. May we soon witness Chinese churches in one accord proclaiming the gospel until Christ's return.